Scano, Tsego, and good afternoon, Six Nations. 4 new cases of COVID-19 virus have been confirmed in 6 nations of the Grand River Territory, bringing the total to 7 confirmed in our territory. The positive test results were reported on April 1st, and these individuals began self-isolating upon symptom development and testing and continued to self-isolate until the test results were communicated. They were monitored by public health throughout the duration of this time. The Oswego public health officials had begun contact tracing of each individual once identified and reaching out to those they may have been in contact with. These contacts were also advised to begin self-isolation immediately and were educated on monitoring for symptoms and the need for ongoing self-isolation measures. Please join me in sending our collective strength and energy to all of the affected families, as you are all at the top of each of our minds. As a community, we are still aware that a large section of our community is not taking COVID-19 seriously. I want to send a message of you and your family and friends are not immune from this virus, as it has no boundaries. And as First Nations peoples, we are all at a heightened risk of contracting COVID-19. But by taking action now, we can prevent that from happening. I'm urging everyone to stay home, contact your family and friends through your phone and social media, wash your hands regularly, don't touch your face, disinfect commonly touched places in your house and workspace, and please continue to practice physical distancing. We have an estimated number of 12,890 people on Six Nations that are at risk for being infected. This means if we have 3 positive cases and we do not practice physical distancing, in 30 days, potentially we could see up to 54 positive cases. By reducing our physical contact by 50%, we are looking at 5 new positive cases in 30 days. And if we reduce our physical contact by 75%, we're looking at only 1 new positive case. So in summary, these statistics are saying one thing, again, is to please stay home. As you are aware, in a bold move to protect our community, we initiated Project Protect Our People. We implemented measures to restrict access to our territory with the goal of slowing the spread and truly trying to flatten the curve. To ensure our residents will have access to essential services and goods, we installed entry points across the territory for community members to come and go and also to receive essential deliveries. Starting today, we will be reinforcing the stop points with a more permanent concrete barrier. These barriers will include reflective material and safety lights and will be located further away from the intersection to ensure public safety. This measure is to prevent the steel barriers from being removed and to reduce the closed points from being accessed. At this time, I would like to draw your attention to our social media platforms and website. We have released a number of wellness strategies and tips for caregivers. If you need support, our social service department is ready and prepared to assist with your wellness needs. They can be reached at 519-445-2071. If you need help coping with stress during this pandemic or managing your mental health, just know that we are all here to help. The COVID-19 pandemic is forcing us to make sudden, drastic shifts in our way of life to keep ourselves and our community healthy and safe. But even in this uncertain time, we can still find reasons for hope. I see people from every corner of our community carrying out selfless acts in times of needs. While staying safe, they're discovering creative, wholehearted ways to look out for others. And when ordinary people do extraordinary acts and people step up to support their communities, they truly make our world better. While we face a long road ahead and must continue to do our part to flatten the curve and to slow the progression of this virus, I'm never surprised by the power of our community to come together. Let me remind you of your part in our COVID-19 response. If you have returned to our community from out of the country or province, and if you are experiencing any symptoms, and if you have been in contact with a confirmed case of COVID-19 or been in contact with someone who has been out of the country and is experiencing symptoms, then begin isolating right away, preferably alone in your own room within your house. That's step 1. Step 2 is to call the Six Nations COVID-19 information line, toll free at 1-855-977-7737, and advise them of your condition and plans to self-isolate. They are trained healthcare professionals and ready to assess your situation and order testing if needed. Anybody under self-isolation must do so for at least 14 days while monitoring their symptoms and overall health. You'll be contacted by the Ohsweken Public Health during this time. I want to remind everybody that any home with a person under self-isolation should not receive any visitors. I would like to thank everybody for their continued cooperation and patience as Project Protect Our People unfolds. We have a plan in place, and we're following that plan to protect Six Nations territory and the health and safety of every people within it. I want to take a time out of COVID-19 talk for a few seconds and say the way this community comes together in a crisis is exactly what our next 7 generations deserve to see and have. We as a community have the opportunity now to change history for Six Nations just by being there for each other and coming together in these tough times to show what we're truly made of. Thank you, and have a good day.